Hi everyone, it's John from What Up. Welcome back to another video. Now we have a very special guest today. We have the person who's responsible for all of my graphic design and my music on my channel. I'm going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to talk all about music and how it may be involved in the Wheel of Time and how we think they're going to do it, as well as some history of other music that's involved in the Wheel of Time, the Song Parody Challenge, and what we expect from the show.
Hi guys, my name is Elitsa. I'm from Bulgaria, but now I live in Spain and I'm almost 40. This month is my 40th birthday. And I finally decided to make this video with John because I I don't know, I just like to make collaborations with other YouTubers, and I think that this topic is great for me because I can talk a lot about music. Um, I'm making the music for John's channel and also for other YouTubers. For example, the intro music for Market Talks or for Badger Reborn. And also I made other stuff for other YouTubers, but okay. And I'm also making graphic designs for John's channel. This is a hobby of mine too, because neither music or design is something that I do for a living. It's just a hobby for me. It's something that I like to do. Because my hobby before this was to organize anime events in my country for years, but in the last 2 years when I heard about the new TV show they are preparing based on the Wheel of Time. I was so excited that for now this is the main thing in my mind, and every day I'm thinking about this show and what they're going to do, what I can make with the other fans, because I'm involved in this community for the last, I don't know how much time has passed, year and a half, I think.
A long time, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god, year and a half. Yeah, time flies very, very fast. And I don't know, because of these projects, I just feel very, very good. We know that we are in a pandemic situation, but this makes me, I don't know, more happy than before, even without the pandemic. Yeah, this is true.
I will mention that Elitsa has a coffee, which is linked down below in the description box, and she is basically trying to get a new program to do some more music. So I don't have a store or Patreon or anything. So if you want to support the channel, go ahead and donate to Elitsa so she can get that new program and make more music. Because I mean, I really enjoy everything she does. And as well, she does have her own music YouTube channel, which again is also linked down below. So if you do like the music here in the channel or some of the other channels you watch, go there, check out her stuff, and definitely subscribe to her.
Thank you.
All right, so there's been a lot of Wheel of Time music done over the years, and it's been kind of all over the place. But if you look at the sources of music in the books themselves and where they come from, again, it's all over the place because every nationality in the book is a different culture or a different mixture of cultures and different mixture of time frames, although the time frames of the books is usually set between the 17 and 1800s our time. I think is what Robert Jordan said if they were to, kind of compare it to us. But you have Japanese influences, Chinese influences, Mediterranean influences, North African, South African, First Nations. You have all these other influences in the music. How do you think they're going to portray that in the show? Because they have all of that, and then you have the fan stuff that's being made, the stuff for the video game, for example, and as well as a few famous bands who do Wheel of Time based music. I think nae'blis has one of them as his title screen when he goes through. They do some music, Wheel of Time music, but it's not necessarily reflected as it would be written about in the books, which is a little different. Do you think they're going to go more towards how it's specifically described in the books? Are they going to go a little more poppy, kind of like The Witcher? Like, how do you think they're going to treat the music? Because although the music in The Witcher isn't accurate, it's really catchy.
this is interesting because, I'm Bulgarian. This is a Slavic country, and Poland is also a Slavic country. And the music in The Witcher, I don't know. I liked, we know the song. Yeah. Toss a Coin to Witcher became a really big hit. But it's, I don't know, this style of the song is really catchy, but personally, I don't think that it fits very well in that fantasy world. I don't know why. It just, this is my opinion, my personal opinion. But the other stuff that I heard, like the background music or the music in the end credits, I really liked it. It's not the typical music. It has really some influences from the Slavic music, maybe. Bulgarian music is a little bit different because it has a lot of influence from also Arabic, maybe, because we were 500 years slaves to the Ottoman Empire. But still, I like the music in The Witcher, but I don't know, for the Wheel of Time, maybe I prefer something more not so modern. Yeah, not so modern. Because also I remember the interview they made with David Buckley, I think it was.
Yeah, he was the original composer for the show, yeah.
Yeah, that it's not longer in the project, but still I remember he mentioned something about recording only with how it's called?
Orchestra?
No. Not synthetic instrument. It's just like violins, or how it's called.
Real instruments like strings and woodwinds and things like that, like not done on a computer type thing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which I think I like how that sounds a lot better too. And if he was going to, and I'm saying I'm going to, I'm not sure how far he got into composing before he stepped down from the project.
Mm-hmm.
If he was going to do that, I assume that was probably part of the plan all along, and that whoever the new composer is, and we're not sure who that is, because they haven't let us know yet. They haven't let us know much lately.
Yeah, we don't know.
We have no idea. I assume they're probably going to go along with that too, which I think will be really cool. And if they're doing something like that, that probably lends itself to more of the background music that we heard in The Witcher, or the background music we heard in Game of Thrones, and less to the new poppy Toss a Coin to The Witcher or Her Sweet Kiss or things like that were kind of added into the show in The Witcher as interest pieces, I think.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it's called native instruments, maybe. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
So, yeah, this is what I think that they will do, but we have to wait and to hear, because for now this is just a speculation.
Now you've made a couple of Wheel of Time inspired pieces on your channel yourself, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, actually, I started making these pieces when I saw your channel, and I wanted to write something for your intro music that is more, I don't know, more fantasy, not like you used this one tone. I remember it, one tone. Actually, I started from there. This one tone, I wanted to unfold it and make something more rich, like a melody, and that's how I created the intro for your channel. And then, I don't know, things just happened. I started, here's the thing. I used to write music directly in a music notation program. It's called MuseScore 3. It's a free program, because I had my old computer. I didn't have money. I was jobless almost a year. And I just was searching for some kind of new challenge, maybe. I wanted to try something new, and that's how I started. And I found out that there are a lot of built-in instruments in the program, and that's how I started experimenting. And one day I just noted down something, and a few days later, I was just like, oh my God, this is like the Beltane. I don't know why, because, okay, I'm a big fan of Celtic music. This is true. And I just imagined the two rivers and the holiday of the Beltane. And this is how I finished the piece, and I really like it. And the video I made, I used footage from a medieval fair, I think, and they are making this maple dance. And because I read that this is something very, very similar to the Beltane in the books, I just decided to use this footage, and I think the video turned out well. I used also images from the river, the ships, stuff like that I just imagined the two rivers like that. And this is it. This is how it all started. And after that, I just tried new things. And for example, Malkier Talks. He told me, can you write me an intro music for my podcast? And I was like, okay, what do you want? Something like most Asian feeling. And I just sat down on the piano. In 10 minutes, the main theme was ready. I don't know how it happened, but I really liked it. And I decided to write a full piece from this 20 seconds. This is it. And the style is very interesting because it's like... It has this Asian flavor, but at the same time, it's really classical because I added also strings and other things, and also these Japanese drums that I really like, because as a big fan of anime and Japanese culture, I listened a lot of this kind of music, and I was just experimenting, but I like the result. And later, for example, I made this giveaway, and Laura from Unraveling the Pattern, he won it. And as a winner, he had to choose the next theme for a piece that I will write. And he chose the Tent on Saint-Dean. And this is another piece that was really experimental. Thanks to my fans, I could afford to buy a new laptop, and I started making music with my piano that is here. And this is the first piece I wrote with the new laptop, and it was a totally different experience. And I'm just trying new things in the last months, and I hope that people like the things that I'm making. I also write a few songs. This is also new for me because you took part
of the parody challenge as well. So
yeah, I took it. It was a really, really cool experience with Carolina the Moderate. We wrote this song based on a song from the show Friends, but I changed it actually a lot. It is in my style, this style that I'm trying to imagine in the world of Wheel of Time, maybe. I'm using harp and flutes and my voice, and this is it. Yeah.
It was a really good song. So if any of you folks that are watching missed the Wheel of Time parody challenge, basically what it was is myself and Matt from The Dusty Wheel and Lauren from Unraveling the Pattern hosted a contest where we invited the fandom to submit their own parody songs, and I made my own as well. It's here in the channel. It doesn't have very many views, but it was a lot of fun to do, and a whole lot of people in the fandom really musical. Like there was a lot of interest, and it was really very cool. So that gets me to my next point, which is the music for a television show or a movie or any production can really make or break it. So if it could be the best movie or best television show in the world, but if it doesn't have the proper music, even if the music isn't bad, it's just not the proper music for it. It can.
Yes, for example, I watched this movie, The Old Guard, I think it was called, and the music was totally not in place for me. It was so strange, I couldn't connect it with the show, and I don't know. It was just not right. Not the right music.
It can ruin the immersive experience.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that whoever we get for a composer for the Wheel of Time, they will let us know at some point or another. I really do hope. But from what I have heard, we're probably not going to get much new information until the trailer. So we're all waiting for anything, castings, pictures, anything like that. But it doesn't look like we're going to get much until the trailer comes out, which could be some time now. So hopefully we'll start seeing some more information coming out closer to the release of the show. Because I really would like to know who the composer was. Because I was really happy with David Buckley, and I think a lot of the fans were too. Because he's an excellent composer. But when he stepped down, some people started to get a little worried. So,
well, I'm not very familiar with the music he wrote, but if you think so, I don't know really, because I want to hear the intro music for the show. I'm wondering if it will be a full song like Game of Thrones, or I really liked
Into the Badlands.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is the show.
Yeah, TV show Into the Badlands. Yes.
Yeah, I really liked the intro for this show. The graphics and the music, it was really catchy, but it was short one, not like Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones was, oh my god! When I first heard the music and I saw the visuals, it was like, oh my god, this is epic! I love it.
It was really well done. I'm hoping they do something. As much as I like the intro of the Game of Thrones, I want to see something a little bit different for Wheel of Time. I don't know what I expect or what I would like, but I just hope they don't try to copy it.
Yeah, because Game of Thrones is more situated in the Middle Ages, I think. Like
it's a little more grounded.
Story.
I mean, yes, there was some fantasy and magic type elements to it later on, but especially the first season or two, it was a very grounded show. And Wheel of Time will not be. Wheel of Time will be more, I think, high fantasy with like they're gonna showcase the magic use, so the channeling and whatnot. Probably right off the gate, I'm going to assume that within the first episode we're going to see a fair bit of everything. I think they're going to throw a lot at us right away.
I'm wondering if they are going to use some kind of, not music, but sound effects for the One Power. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm not sure how to do it or how they're going to do it. I do know that a lot of what they do, they have said will be practical, but the One Power can't. The result of the One Power can be practical, but it all has to be added after the fact. So they will have to use some sort of sound. But I'm not quite sure they're going to do it. It could go one of two ways. It could be either really cheap and terrible, or it could be just absolutely epic and amazing. And I'm hoping for the second.
The thing is that when I read the books, especially in the moments when people around the Aes Sedai didn't know they are channeling, this was like a surprise. They didn't know what's happening. And maybe this will ruin the surprise if we hear that someone is channeling.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it is a very internal thing in the books, but the problem with that is it's hard to showcase something like that. Like it becomes normal, or just things are happening and the viewer's eyes won't be drawn to it. So I'm wondering if they might just take away from that and say, well, I mean, we've seen the teaser of Moraine, the 3 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
That we had.
There was this sound, and
there was the sound.
Like
it did look like she had, wind and stuff coming at her. And I assumed that was her drawing in the One Power. If that's the case, that's way more like Goku in Dragon Ball Z than I would expect for the show. But it could be very cool. I don't know. I'm not sure how they're going to do it.
Or maybe they are going to use it in the beginning so that we can say, "Whoa, this is spectacular," and then they will tone it down.
Yeah, it comes more commonplace later on, and it's just sort of something that happens, which is probably the case. I mean, they'll hook the viewers at first, and then after that they'll be like, well, we're just going to tone it down and save some money.
Yeah. Okay, so this is it. And in the past, I made this little research that in the past, the music the fans wrote, inspired by the Wheel of Time, was always something like rock music, metal music, this kind of genre. I listened to the album he made with Wheel of Time inspired pieces, and I actually really liked the music, but didn't like a lot a lot the singing, because I think this guy is just a fan and he's not a professional singer. But okay, this is what I think. But the music was great, and the instrumental part is played perfectly, and I really like it. Especially when I'm watching, for example, nae'blis's video, I always like the intro and the outro music, and I'm listening to the very end because I just love to sing with with this guy. Yeah.
Well, where I'm from, Celtic music is a big deal. It's inspired a lot of people, and I have a family in the music industry that are actually in Celtic bands, and so I grew up listening to it and being around it and going to shows and stuff, and it's really neat. But the problem with it is, in the Wheel of Time, the music is everywhere. It's everything. So it's so I don't think we're going to see just one type of music or one genre. I think we will see, probably as we move around the world to different spots, we will get music local to the area that they're filming in, and I think that would be really cool if they did that. If they say they're filming in Tarvalon, and Tarvalon had a certain aesthetic or vibe, they would use music that they used, whatever influenced them to make the city, is what I'm hoping.
By the way, there is a big article on the 30th Depository. I don't know if you know this website.
Yes, yeah.
And it's not one article. I found two. One is about the styles of music they use in every country in the Wheel of Time, and the other one that actually I used for inspiration before writing my first piece, because I wanted to know what kind of instruments they are using in this world. This was important for me before writing down the full piece, the first one. And it's a really big article, actually. You can read a lot of information there. Yeah. And I'm wondering if they are going to use the same instruments like in the books. I don't know.
So. I think that we may see, just like we've already seen, some changes in certain things. So, for example, Tom and his guitar.
Yeah, this was really interesting change for me.
I think it was interesting, but I think it made it a little more accessible to regular viewers and not just the fans of the books. I think is why they did that. That's my guess anyway.
And I think that maybe this means that the style of music will be a little bit more modern.
I think so too. I think they'll steer away from classical or traditional musics and do something just a bit more modern. And I really do think that we're going to see, because of how popular it was, a toss a coin to your Witcher type style of song, or I think we'll see something like that. Because, I mean, I do know they're going to feature a song in the trailer. I just don't know which one. So it would be very neat if it was something that we've already read in the books and it was remastered and really cool. But it would also kind of be, I think, interesting to see something brand new and fresh. We'll see.
I would love to see just a mix of different styles of music, different countries. Like, I don't know if you know, it's called Nikhil. He's a composer, a professional composer. He wrote a full intro theme for the Wheel of Time. It's a fan intro, of course, but he hired the Budapest orchestra to make that. And you can find this video on YouTube. It's really great. It's a catchy melody. But I found out that he has this album with classical music mixed with, I think that is something from the Middle East or Africa. I'm not sure. And this mix is actually really good. I like it. And maybe something like that will be good for the show, because we know that this is a distant future and the nations are really mixed up. And maybe the culture that are so mixed up it makes sense that the music is also something like that. Okay, for me at least.
That would be really cool. I would enjoy that.
Mm.
That would be neat. All right, so there were a couple of other composers that you had mentioned before we started the call here, that had Wheel of Time related material. Who were they?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have professional composers actually that are making full albums based on the Wheel of Time and the story and the books. And I want to mention a few of them. First one that I really like, and he's not a professional musician actually, is Androl Bard of Time.
Yep.
He's okay. He's from Northern Europe, and he's playing the guitar and singing, and I really love his voice. He's, I don't know, the timbre. This is just so lovely to listen to him. I love to listen to him. And he's making these original songs on Twitter, and
Yep.
a few months ago he also started his YouTube channel, and he's making a lot of collaborations, and I think that people should listen to him a lot more than now, because he just, I don't know, his voice is unique for me. At least his voice is unique.
So
and also the lyrics of the songs are really, really interesting. We have catchy songs, really funny songs, and also really, really tragical ones. So he's making a lot of different things, and yeah, people should listen more to Androl.
So I've left a link to his YouTube channel and his Twitter down below in the description box.
Yeah.
So if you folks want to listen to him, head over there and check out his music. He is really very good. He put in a very good entry to the parody challenge that we hosted, and at least every few months he comes out with a brand new song we see on Twitter, at least, or snippets of it anyway.
The other one that I want to mention is Andrei Vorsha. I think this is how it's spelled. I'm not sure. He has this full album called Treat of the Pattern, and he made really interesting videos on YouTube with the pieces, because he ordered a set of images that is used in the videos. It's really good. You should check him out. It's it's orchestra music, but it's really, really good. The other one is Christian. I'm not sure how to read it, but it's SZCZESNIAK, probably.
Okay.
He has this album called Tellings of the Wheel. He's also a professional musician, and he has a really good guitar songs. And he had, I think, 1 or 2 months ago, a collaboration with Androl. The other one that is the newest addition to our group is called Duch. He is from South America. I think that is from Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. He's making a lot of fantasy music, not only Wheel of Time related, but and it's a free music. You can use it in some projects. It's a Creative Commons. How is it called? Under Creative Commons.
Yes. Yeah.
And of course, Nikhil Koparkar. I don't know if I spelled it right. Sorry. He's also a professional musician. You have to check this intro music with the Budapest orchestra. It's really great. And also the other thing that he's making, because he's writing a lot of music for shows and movies too. So yeah, this is what I have in my list. Probably there are a lot of other creators that we don't know about.
There are probably dozens. I know there are Wheel of Time fans in every walk of life. So professional musicians, actors, actresses, and everyone else that are all hoping to be part of the show. So maybe, just maybe, we might see some of these composers at least giving some kind of input to the show, which would be really very neat, I think.
I just remember that one of the actresses that is playing Natty Cauton is also a musician.
Yes, she is. Yes,
and
I have a few
you
CDs actually.
Oh, really?
Yes,
And you're talking with her a lot, I think.
Yeah. She's a wonderful musician. She is really very good. She headlines a lot of folk festivals in the UK, and like I said, I have a few of her CDs, and they're absolutely amazing. She is an excellent singer and an excellent musician just in general, but also an excellent stage actor, which is kind of goes hand in hand. Acting and music, I find a lot of actors and actresses are very musically talented, or they can dance. They are always multifaceted in their talents, and she certainly is. She's very good at both.
Also, Maria Dole Kennedy, that is playing, how was the name of the character? From the Tinkers.
She's playing Ela.
Yes, she's a great musician too. And I'm wondering if we can hear some kind of song from her in the show. Who knows?
that would be really neat if she would during some of the Tinker scenes actually sing, which I think would be absolutely amazing. And I think there's probably it's probably not a coincidence that they hired a musician to play that character. I think personally.
And I really want to hear Tom, because I found some videos on Instagram of the actor who is playing Tom, and he has a great voice. Really great voice.
Yeah, he actually can sing very well, and he's a very good performer. So, I mean, they did really good with the casting for a lot of the characters, and that's.
I want to see him perform something
just anything
with this guitar.
Happy birthday, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. And I wanted to actually know if you played the Wheel of Time game.
I did. So I played the Wheel of Time game when it first came out years ago. I haven't played it since, but I do remember the music from it, and I did at one point or another have the soundtrack too. And have listened to it again recently because a lot of people have been playing it, because it's really one of the very few Wheel of Time things that we have as far as gaming and games to go. But the music from that was really very excellent. Dark, but very excellent.
Yeah, because I read that they actually made a full album that is based on the soundtrack, but with more pieces.
Yes, yeah, they did. Like they went through. So the people who made the music for the game. They just laid the soundtrack on for the game, but then later on they augmented that and did other tracks and stuff, and then released the CD, and it was really very good. Like, they did a very good job on it.
And what about Blind Guardian? They have these very popular pieces.
They're very interesting, and I like the music, but I don't think something like that would be featured in the show.
Me too.
They're a little heavy, but very good.
So in the Wheel of Time, there are a lot of songs, and not just mentioning the names of the songs, but also with lyrics. And I'm wondering if they are going to use some of them in the show, because I wrote my first Wheel of Time inspired song using the lyrics from this song called Midian's Fort. And it was a really spontaneous thing. Just started to read the lyrics, and the melody came out of nowhere in that instant. I don't know how it happened, but actually this is my favorite song from the songs that I made so far. I'm planning to record more songs. Okay, I'm not a professional singer. I'm singing in a choir, but that's another type of singing. I know. But I really like to make collaborations, so I'm planning to make more with Carolina. She's writing a fantastic lyrics, so I'm going to make something in the future for sure.
I can't wait to see what else you come up with especially Wheel of Time related. So make sure you folks go over to Elitsa's channel, follow her on YouTube, subscribe to her channel, and watch out for more Wheel of Time content coming out.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the songs. I always remember this part that Matt is talking about some song that he heard in another village, but it's called in another way, but it's the same song. So I'm wondering how many of these songs we are going to hear, because they have really catchy phrases. The lyrics are great.
Yeah, so
And
Tinker in the Kitchen,
yeah.
Jack of the Shadows.
Oh, I think that this is the most popular one. I actually heard a new version of this song from a lady on YouTube. It was really great. And I'm also wondering about the battle songs for Jail, for example, or on in Tier maybe. I'm wondering what they're going to do, because I am imagining this type of songs is that I just can record this song because I am not a male. But if I was, I should probably, yeah, maybe I should try to find people that I are likely going to take part in a project like that. What do you think? Maybe I should write a song and make them record the singing.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, why not? And yeah, there is a full list of the songs on the Wikipedia of the Wheel of Time. There are a lot of songs. Robert Jordan is really a master in writing this really rich world with culture and everything related to the world. Oh my God. I started reading this article about music and I was blown away how many things. Do you know that there is a Terran Grial they found? It's like a box and it has stored thousands of songs from the past. And that Terran Grial.
The first thing I thought of was it's like an iPod or a
yeah.
player.
I didn't remember that, but I read it in the article and I was like, oh my God, they should do that in the show. This is going to be great if they put something like that in the show.
There's all kinds of little Easter eggs they could add in that only the fans of the books would really see. I think we're going to see a lot of that, which I'm excited for. I'll have Easter egg videos every week, multiple times a week.
No, because you read the books how many times already?
52 times now.
Oh my God, this is insane! 52 times.
And I'm actually reading the Way of the King series right now from Brandon Sanderson before I start my 53rd reread.
Oh my God! And you probably notice these little details and every reread.
I notice something new every time. So even now, after reading it that many times, I'll read the books and I don't remember certain things, or I don't remember noticing this, and always something new jumps out to me. So it's definitely rereadable because there's so much. It's so rich. So
I'm wondering really about this Terran Grial. This is going to be
should be very interesting. All right, well, so that's all the time we have today. I hope you folks enjoyed talking with Elitsa today and about music and the Wheel of Time and what we hope we'll see and what we think we might see and what has already been created by a lot of the fans and professionals all around the world. So again, if you like Wheel of Time music, go over and follow Elitsa on her YouTube channel. I've left a link to her channel and her Twitter down below in the description box. Go ahead and check her out there. And I want to thank you all very much for sticking with us here to the very end. And here's to many more.